Hi everybody and welcome back to Shawn's Corner. This week we're going to look at a game. It's a language activity meant to have students repeat structures many different times, and it's based on the game Battleship. This is called Submarine, and we'll take a look at how we make it up, and we'll take a look at how we play it. Let's start off by talking about why it's a submarine and not a battleship. Well, battleship, as you might recall, actually is a very big thing, or at least an aircraft carrier is a very big thing. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. And it has five different. It allows five hits, which takes a long time. In fact, the whole game of Battleship is rapid fire. If you had to do a little more work around it, it would take forever to play the game. As we're having students do a lot of language work, we want to have each question, well, come to fruition. So if they do actually hit a submarine, it's gone. Also, here's another point. I usually have them map out 5 submarines, and I can say, well, you have to hit 3 in order for the game to be finished. Basically, each person gets many turns, but at the same time, it's not going to go on forever and ever and ever. The first submarine game I'm going to show you is focusing on question formation. And along the top coordinates, you see the question words, why, where, when, and how. And down the left, you'll see the other coordinates, which are statements. Of course, students will have to make changes to the sentences in order to put the coordinates together to then guess where a submarine might be. So, first step, I have students plot out 5 submarines. Then, and I also tell them, please don't let your partner see this. Then, working in pairs, they try to guess where the other people's submarines are. So in order to provide coordinates, they actually have to make the sentences. For example, if I want to get the upper left-hand corner, I would say, why did she decide to call her mother? Okay, if the person had a submarine there, they could go, for example, why did you hit me? If they don't, ha ha ha, you didn't hit me, better luck next time. And then the other person takes their turn, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. In this particular version, I'm not actually asking students to answer the questions. You could create some where students would answer the questions. These sentences are not particularly meaningful. It's more about just sort of systematizing question formation and getting students to engage in making questions as fast as they can and repeatedly. That's the focus. Field has tons of possibilities. I guess you noticed in this last card that there were 4 across the top and 5 down the side. No, 6 down the side. That's quite a few places, actually. So you might consider something a little bit smaller. So in the next slide, you'll see 3 across the top and 6 down the side. But you could also do 5 down the side if you liked. In this card, we have the question words why, where, and when. And down the side, we've got she slept on top of a car, they ate pizza, they drank wine, they played football, I saw an amazing painting, she read the newspaper, and we went for a coffee. Here's my secret submarine card that I haven't let my partner see. And I'm going to guess the coordinates of my partner's first submarine. I'm going to try right in the middle there. Where did they drink wine? And my partner says, haha, you didn't hit me, better luck next time. It's important to model for students just like I'm doing now. And what I would do now is I would show my students that I would put an X there where I just ask the question, so I don't repeat that area, that blank. There's no need for repeating the questions, although, of course, that's better practice, I suppose. The next one I'm going to ask, my partner's going to ask me, excuse me. And my partner says, why do they eat pizza? And I say, why did you hit me? And my partner should put a tick there or something to show that I was hit. And then they should know they won't guess there again, and also that they were successful. There are tons of different cards that you can make. These ones that you've seen are focusing on question formation, but you could do conditionals, putting the if clause down the side, for example, and across the top, different resultant actions. You could do this for simple conjugations with he, she, and it mixed in there with the other forms, so that students have to remember the third person singular s. You could do this with different verb tenses, putting the verb tenses across the top and sentences down the side, and students then just simply make the verb tenses. Why not? You can do this with past present perfect versus past simple, and having the verbal time expressions across the top. And now we're going to see one, which is just on the present perfect. And this one a little bit abandons the coordinate sort of idea. It just simply got it has some sentences in there, or there are sentences that need to be made. And it's a little bit like a bingo card. So you can also vary this up a little bit in that way. So you see, this is a very simple card to make. You just have the question stem, have you ever? And then students guess the coordinates by saying the different boxes. Have you ever acted in a play? Have you ever failed an exam? Have you ever made a mistake? And so on. I'm going to leave you off with the most difficult one I've ever done, which was considering 3 different jobs: a garbage collector, a zookeeper, and a doctor, and talking about the different aspects of those jobs. Down the side, you see the different components, or the different aspects, as I said. Students would ask questions about that, and if you were hit, you would actually have to answer the question, make a commentary. And if you weren't hit, well, then better luck next time, sort of thing. This card is set at quite a high level, so you can see that it turns into a speaking activity here. It's not just a grammar activity, not just a practice drill activity. So there are other options as well. So the next time you need to drill, why don't you try Submarine? Students will be battling around a little bit. They'll be saying the forms. Hopefully it'll be sticking in their heads. And you will have done some really good drill work that's also quite personalized for them, because they're doing it in smaller groups and pairs. Hope you like this idea, and looking forward to seeing you next week, and also, of course, in the teacher's room on Wednesday. Bye.